I want to show you my reverse osmosis system, and then I'm going to make some water how I normally make it in a 3-gallon jug, and then I parse it out into 2-quart bottles. So here's a quick view. Let me just get through this. Whenever my bottles build up like they are here, I got 4 there and I've got 1 other somewhere else. Well, here's my 3-gallon bottle, and this is gonna be a little tricky, but let me show you the reverse osmosis faucet right here. And down below, as you'll see, this is the system. It is a Pentair reverse osmosis system. I bought this one because it was the fastest and it wasted the least amount of water. I think you get 1 gallon for every 3 gallons. So that's the least amount of waste. Normally, I think they kick down to the drain 3 out of 4, like 75% of the water. This one kicks out 66% approximately. I'll do a little bit more detailed video on this system and how I hooked it all up. But for this video, I want to show you how I make it, how you just make the water. I got this hose from a beverage company, and it's got antimicrobial qualities inside of it. And I take it from my faucet and I run it down into my 3-gallon jug. This is my repeatable jug. I use this all the time. I set the water on for 5 minutes. It starts making some noise because it bubbles right here. It lets a little bit of a noise there, but that's the way it looks when it's going. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes when it's done. Oh yeah, just to add one more little idea here. This is what it looks like in our fridge now. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water bottles at this point. And we've got plenty of water here. I always like to keep it full, and it goes by real fast. These things start to build up, and before you know it, we're out of water. So, see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm arriving to the party a little late. It's already almost full right there. I'm gonna set the water off. Just flip this little guy down. It kind of holds up, or you can let it down. And it's a little more full than I usually do it. And then I just drain the hose a little bit. Then I just kick the hose out. Let me see if I can get all this one-handed. Usually I do this two-handed. But here's I carried over to the station here. And basically all I do is I grab my favorite tool. Let me put this stuff together here real quick. Didn't prep for this because we're keeping it real. This is what I use for magnesium. And I don't have a bag of my essential electrolytes, but I have a different salt that I use. Right, I used to use the keto salt, but I still use it. You can see it, the bag's almost empty. But inside of this container, I've got the essential electrolytes, as you'll see here, essential electrolytes. This is the keto blend. It just happens to have a little more sodium than normal. That's not the big. Oh, here it is. Here's a bag I had on hand here. So here's what I have in my container and what we normally use for our water. It's because of the blend of the. If you take a look here, you'll see the magnesium's 18 milligrams per half teaspoon. Potassium's 457 milligrams. That's a great number. Sodium 728, also great. All per half teaspoon. So that's a good amount. And if you look at the keto, it's a little different. The keto is going to be more sodium, 810 versus 728. Potassium is 210 per half teaspoon. So it's less potassium, less potassium per half teaspoon than the essential electrolytes. And potassium burns fast, so you want more. And it's also more magnesium in the essential electrolytes than in this one's 12 milligrams per half teaspoon. 18 milligrams. This one, I'd say, best for your everyday drinking water, which is what we do with it. And if you're on the keto diet and you want to avoid keto flu, I would definitely highly recommend this guy. This guy here is going to keep you with that particular balance, able to handle going keto and having less carbs in your system. When you have less carbs in your system, your body doesn't have anywhere to hold on to the water or any item or tool to use to hold on to water. Carbs typically hold water, and that's what causes what's called the keto flu. Anyway, that's what's going to be in this container, is the essential electrolytes. In this other container, which we use for our food, this guy here This is a great and most delicious salt, and that's what's in this container here. And we use that on our food and you know, anything we're eating, ice cream or whatever. And this is our drinking salt, and this is our eating salt. We do the same with both. We eat and drink both, but if we don't have the essential electrolytes, we use this one for our water. But this is what we started with. That was my first video, had this one. And then I talked about using the keto salt. But for a long while, we've been on this one because of the blend. So what I do basically, I take and stick a funnel on top of this and just grab my, I usually do a heaping tablespoon. A tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. This is 3 gallons. So I'm gonna put 3 teaspoons to make 1/4 per quart. But I used to do 6 teaspoons. So what I do instead of that, I just do a honking, you know, a very well-rounded tablespoon. So that's about 4 teaspoons. I just take that guy in there, rattle it around a little bit. Okay, so the salt's in there. It's already dissolving. I mean, it dissolves so fast. It's unreal. I mean, if you tilt this jug up once, it's really literally going to be dissolved already. I mean, it dissolves immediately. That's the beauty of these salts, is they break down fast. This is what I love. Okay, so now next I take my magnesium. This is our everyday water, everyday drinking essential electrolytes, you know, essential electrolytes water. And this magnesium is focused, it's a focused magnesium. 1 milliliter is basically 1/5 of a teaspoon. So you see we've got more magnesium here. We've got equivalent to a teaspoon would be 500 milligrams, because that's 98.5. That's per 1/5 teaspoon. Got a little more sodium, a little more potassium. We need those things. Very, very essential. This is going to be very difficult to do. I'm going to hold this teaspoon with my other fingers. I'm obviously going to be filming this and having difficulties. Got to operate in 3D at the same time here. Okay, so here we go. This is what I typically do. Literally, I just pour it and I let it flow over just a little bit, and then that I know is my full jug ready to drink. Okay, I forgot the cap. Let me grab the cap. Cap is over here. All right, put the cap on there, and I'll just bring this guy over to the sink. And normally, just so I can complete this video and give you exactly what I do without making too much of a mess, let me get this things out of the way. I'll typically line up, if I'm out of water bottles, I'll have 6 ready normally, and I'll put them all in the sink. I just want to show you this demonstration real quick. Put a couple in here. My wife uses this rubber band to tell different bottles, because she actually adds more magnesium. This bottle here has 1 teaspoon of sea salt per gallon and 1 teaspoon of magnesium per gallon. That's kind of our maintenance level. If you're going to go therapeutic, you're going to want 2 teaspoons per gallon. If you want therapeutic value of detoxing with the salt water, you want to do 2 teaspoons per gallon. But we do a maintenance dose, which is 1 teaspoon per gallon. So I'll typically literally make sure it's closed, and I'll just take it, because I just put the salt and the magnesium in there. I'll take it and just give it a couple spins, because I already know how fast that salt dissolved. Then I'll just literally put it right back up on the counter. Now, what's funny here, this is an auto supply oil filter, and you have to create an air gap if you want the so what I do, if you want it to go in faster, so I don't like waiting for water to gurgle down the funnel. So what I do is I put my finger like that, both fingers, and I'm not holding the camera normally, so that's what I normally do. But since I don't have that set up, I'm gonna go ahead and just aim into the funnel and show you guys what I do here real quick. Basically, again, it goes down faster when you hold me and create an air gap there. I haven't found a funnel yet. I haven't looked. I just got used to the habit of using this funnel. We bought this, again, as I was mentioning before, we'd go on trips, and we'll go to my grandma's, and when we get there, she'll have these 3-gallon bottles that I bought last time I was there. And then we'll be able to use that and go over to Whole Foods and get some filtered water, our reverse osmosis water, and then we'll go to the hotel room, and then we can make our own water. And we bring plastic 2-quart jugs. I'll show you that later. And they serve us real well. Because we just go through water a lot. I drink probably with this size bottle, I drink at least 3 of these bottles, which is 1.5 gallons, to 4, which is 2 gallons. That's my daily habit. My wife drinks 2 of these bottles. Like 2 of these bottles is 1 gallon. That's 128 ounces. She drinks 2 a day. I drink at least 3 of these a day, if not 4. Especially when it gets sweaty in the summertime. So basically, throw the funnel aside, put these caps on. Normally there's 6 in the sink, and I basically literally do this whenever I need water. Just stack them. I kind of rotate them. And do that kind of thing. At this point, I'm not going to mess with that. But this is what I do to have my water ready for the day. We do that constantly, and we're always doing that to make sure we have plenty of water on supply. So that's it. That's how I make my water daily, weekly, etc. It's a constant. I have the water always available, and it's always at the ready. We've got like 6 bottles constantly in there. We own about 9 bottles. So when we're really out, I'll do all 9 bottles, and that fridge will be full. That whole shelf will be full in the fridge. But that's basically a view of how we make it every day. Any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll be glad to answer anything. The salts, check out Salt King. I got all the salts for sale there, as well as the magnesium. And I'll get into the magnesium later. I just showed you real quick how I make the water daily, and then we drink from those bottles. But what I'll do later is I'll get down into the chemistry a little more detail for a separate video. All right, talk to you later. Bye.